Great. So, hello everybody. Thank you so much for joining. As I said, my name is Ilona Sakaguchi. I work here at the International Admissions Office at Nagoya University. And today I'd like to talk to you about our graduate school programs in the G30 International Program, which is our English language like degree programs we have available at Nagoya University. Today we don't talk so much about the undergraduate programs. I saw in the registration form that some of you left questions about it. Yeah, today will be mainly about graduate programs. And yes, so let's just go ahead and get started. Also, I wanted to mention that I am joined by a few of my admissions office colleagues. So if you have any questions about the contents I'm explaining, then you can send your questions in the chat and my admissions office colleagues will reply to you and give you more details. And at the end of this session, there will be also a Q&A where you can ask questions from me, and I will also answer some of the questions that you left in the form. But as I said, let's just go ahead and get started. So today I'd like to start with a brief introduction. I won't spend too much time on this. Today I want to focus on talking about the actual application process, because that's, I think, what most of you are interested in. But just to give you an idea where Nagoya University is located. Nagoya University is located in Nagoya City. It's the fourth largest city in Japan. Located right in the middle of the main island of Honshu. It's located just a few hours from Tokyo, about 1 hour from Osaka, about 30 minutes from Kyoto. So it's a great place to be if you like to travel. It's also a really major manufacturing hub in Japan. So there are a lot of international companies here, especially focused on car manufacturing, kind of aerospace, engineering related fields, as well as agricultural industries. So it's a nice place to be because even after graduation, you will have opportunities to stay and work in Nagoya. And personally, I really like Nagoya because it's kind of a nice mix of this kind of city life and then like beautiful greenery and mountains and parks. So it's a really kind of calm, peaceful place to live, not quite as crowded or not quite as expensive as Tokyo or Osaka. So for me, it's just the perfect site. Now, moving on, talking about Nagoya University a little bit. So here you can see Toyota Kodo, which is our main building. Our university was founded in 1871. Originally as a medical university, but currently we have quite a few different other departments. We are one of the top national universities in Japan. So we are one of the kind of 10 designated universities by the Japanese government to lead education and research in Japan. So we are the biggest and most prestigious university in this central Japan area, in the area of Aichi Prefecture. Currently we are ranked third in Japan according to Shanghai ranking. So really one of the best universities in Japan. We are quite famous for having a lot of Nobel laureates. So 6 in the last about 20 years, especially in the fields of chemistry and physics. So Nagoya University is famous for medical science, as I mentioned before, as well as a lot of other natural sciences like chemistry and physics. Toyota, the company of Toyota, is also based in this Nagoya region. So we also have a really strong engineering department. So those are kind of our specialties. In terms of size, I think we are quite a large university with over 16,000 students, and about 16% of our students are international students. So you can enter Nagoya University as an international student through kind of the Japanese language track. So if you have enough Japanese ability, you could apply for the Japanese language graduate schools. So for example, I myself did my PhD here in Nagoya University, and I did it in the Japanese language department. So all of my classes were in Japanese, but I did my research in English. So that is one option. That option has a lot of opportunities. So like basically all of the programs in our university will be open for you. But today I'd like to talk about the G30 international programs. These are our English language programs. In these programs, you can apply in English. All the classes will be taught in English, as well as you can do all of your research in English. So I think that is the option that most of you here today are interested in. And here I also wanted to show you quickly our beautiful campus here in Higashiyama, located in a really kind of affluent, peaceful neighborhood in Nagoya. Here you can see Toyota Auditorium, which you saw in the picture just now. We are located a little bit in the suburbs of Nagoya, but there is a subway station right underneath the university. So you can reach the center of Nagoya in about 20 to 30 minutes. So it's a very conveniently located campus as well. So moving on to academics, let's look at the programs that are available during this rolling admissions round. So here you can see all of our, like the list of all of our graduate programs that we have available. Apologies, this should be 2025. Basically, our graduate schools have two admissions periods. So the first admissions period is in January, and the second admissions period or application period is in May. It's called either the second application period or the rolling admissions period, and only some programs are available during this application round. So, for example, if you were interested in automotive engineering, unfortunately, you cannot apply for this year's entrance for the 2025 October admission. You would have to wait until next January when their program opens their graduate school applications again. However, there are still quite a few programs open in May. So here you can see Earth and Environmental Sciences are open for applications. This is actually the department where I graduated from. So I can highly recommend our Earth and Environmental Sciences department. I had a really positive experience there. I studied geology and especially mineral reactions related to earthquake formation. I had a really good time. That's why I somehow wanted to stay at Nagoya University and work here as well. Then we have physics and mathematics program. So unfortunately, we don't have mathematics in the undergraduate programs, but in the graduate programs, that is also available. And then here you can see our biological and bioagricultural science programs. And here you have to be a little bit careful because there are actually several different graduate programs for biology. There are master's and doctoral programs available at the Department of Science, as well as at the Department of Bioagricultural Sciences. So for these two programs, you should check out our website, which I will show you in a minute, and see like the course list and the syllabus, and see which of the programs is a better fit for your interest in biology, because you can only apply for one program at a time. Or in the graduate programs, maybe you can, graduate programs, you can apply for several programs, but you have to submit two separate applications. So just keep that in mind, that each of these programs might be available in different departments, and you might need to submit more than one application to apply for biology if you are interested in kind of several different departments. Biology is also available at the School of Medicine. That program is kind of biomedicine, more focused on neurology or genetics and topics like that. So that's also available. They only have master's program available. And I wanted to say that you can see M's and D's here. So those mean that if there's a master's program available, and the D means that there is also a doctoral program available. Then moving on, we have also a civil and environmental engineering course available for master's and PhD. Again, this program is available at the engineering department and also at the environmental studies department. So again, you will need to check the course list, the syllabus, as well as the research groups to decide which is a better fit for you. I got a question about this in the form. So somebody was asking, like, what's the difference between the civil and environmental engineering programs in the engineering department and in the environmental studies department? So our graduate programs are really focused on research. So the main difference actually between the different departments are the like the research groups available. So like each professor's research is really focused on some specific field. So like if you're a bit wondering about which one you should choose, then I would suggest you to go to our website and see which types of research groups are available at each department, and make your decision on which program you should apply based on the specific research group. Most of your master's and PhD studies will be done inside the research group. You will be working on your individual research. The master's programs will have some additional courses, but those will be kind of courses that support your research. So things like scientific writing and things like that. So the main focus will be on the research. Yes. Then there's engineering physics at the engineering department, chemistry, again, available either at the science or at the engineering department. And then finally, we have the Japan in Asia Culture Studies program, master's program. This program is our only kind of humanities program available during the rolling admissions round. Yes, so this program focuses on things like studying media, literature, cinema, Japanese history, and they focus on kind of the cultural studies approach and method, and kind of try to compare a lot of the Japanese literature and cinema and culture, try to compare how they work in the context of the larger Asian culture. So it's a really interesting program. I really definitely recommend you look into it. But perhaps it's good if I show you now actually to our website. So today, unfortunately, I don't have time to go through all of the details of all of the programs. So I'd like to show you where you can find the information if you need to find it. So let's see. Okay. Yes. So I will share my screen again. Okay, I think hopefully you are able to see my screen. So this is our website, admissions.g30.nagoya-u.ac.jp. So if you go here, then you'll find answers to most of your questions that you might have. So here you can see information about Nagoya University, our undergraduate programs, and here is our graduate program page. So if you click on that, you can see the selection of the programs and as well as a few other programs that we have available in English. So like our office manages the G30 programs, but there are a few other programs also like the law program, law master's program, which you can study in English at. So if some of these are of interest to you, then please check them out too. They have a bit different like application period as well as a bit different kind of rules for the application. But if you didn't find what you were interested in here, I encourage you to check these programs as well. But yes, so if you click here, then you will see like the description, the detailed description of each program with the course list and the syllabus, as well as a link to the graduate school's website where there's much more information about that program. So do check that out. So today I will be a bit jumping between the website and the presentation. So just bear with me on that. So before moving on to talking about the scholarships and the things that you are probably really interested in, I wanted to say just a few words about the research environment. So as I said, I myself did my PhD at Nagoya University. Here you can see my research group. And I was really impressed when I came here by the really high quality facilities. So especially in science and engineering subjects, I think nowadays to do like the highest level research, you need a lot of expensive machinery and really high quality labs and things like that. So when I came here, I was really impressed. Like any kind of machine or which I wanted to use was available in my lab or inside the university. So this is something that makes Nagoya University available or able to do research at the highest level and to get several Nobel Prizes. So this is one thing that I found really impressive. Another thing is that it's a really research intensive environment. So people at Nagoya University are really, really passionate about their research, and students spend quite a lot of time in the lab or working on their research. So like one time I was talking to my friends in the lab and I was asking, so what are you going to do during your summer holiday? And they looked at me like I'm stupid. What do you mean on your summer holiday? There's no summer holiday. We are just going to work on the research. Research is summer is the best time to do research because you don't have to take classes. So I think like Nagoya University will be a good place for you if you are really passionate about the research you want to pursue, and you are kind of especially if your goal is to continue in academia and continue in research after you graduate, then this is a really good place to be for that. And finally, the thing I really also enjoyed about my experience at Nagoya University is that the atmosphere is really supportive. So like, unlike maybe some other universities, I found that the atmosphere in my lab, at least, was not competitive. It was more like the research was kind of a group effort where everybody had their individual project, but we are working together on some larger goal. I think there's a lot of kind of community feeling at Nagoya University, which I really appreciated as a student, and which I also enjoy now that I'm a staff member here. So that's something special, I think, about our university. Now, moving on to another really big plus of studying in Japan, which is the tuition and fee structure. So here you can see our yearly tuition. It's about 500,000 Japanese yen per year, which is about $3,600 per year. And in this graph, you can see our tuition, Nagoya University tuition, compared to the average tuition a international student would need to pay in UK or US, which are two of the top destination countries for international students in universities. So you can see that studying in Japan is really quite affordable. And the reason for this is that Nagoya University doesn't ask any extra tuition from the international students. The international students pay the same tuition as the Japanese students. And also our university, since it's a especially designated university by the Japanese government, then university gets a lot of financial support from the government. So we are not aiming to kind of make money from the international students. We hope that they come here and contribute to our research, as well as the kind of society, the Japanese society. So contrary to kind of a general belief, studying in Japan is quite a bit cheaper than you might think. So here you can see the application fee. It's only $35 roughly. Then there's also a one-time registration fee that you pay the year that you enter the university. Here you can see kind of a basic breakdown of living expenses. So including kind of rent and food and kind of your maybe commuting fees and things like that. Living in Nagoya is quite affordable, around $600 to $700 US per month. So since it's not a big and crowded city like Tokyo and Osaka, then your living expenses outside of your tuition are also really kind of reasonable. Now, let's talk about scholarships. So this is something that I got a lot of questions in the forums, and what we also get a lot of questions in general from our prospective applicants. So first of all, let's talk about the Next Research Student Scholarship. So this is perhaps the most famous scholarship for graduate students in Japan. It is offered by the Japanese government, so they decide somehow who they want to give this scholarship to. It covers tuition fully for either your full master's program or your full PhD. It also pays for the registration fee and application fee. And there is a monthly stipend to help you with your living costs. You can see that the monthly stipend is more than what we kind of expect you to pay in a month. So you can even save money after getting your monthly stipend. Then it also pays for round-trip airfare, so your flights from your home country to Japan, as well as back from Japan to your home country. Excuse me. So as I said, both master's and doctoral program students are eligible to apply. But this scholarship is aimed at the foreign nationals. So in general, like Japanese passport holders, or I think permanent residents of Japan are not eligible to apply. There's also an age limit So I think the age limit is that you should be under 35 when you apply for this scholarship. And how you apply? So there are two tracks. So there is an embassy recommended mixed scholarship, which you need to apply through the Japanese embassy in your country. So, this would be my recommendation to everybody. I think it is a competitive scholarship, but it's generally easier to get it through this embassy recommended route than through the second route. The second route is university recommended mixed scholarship, and this one at Nagoya University we have this available, but each year there are only a few scholarships, maybe 2 or 3 scholarships available for all of the international master's and PhD students, and the scholarship is given to different departments each year. So you have to be kind of lucky that on the year that you apply, the scholarship is given to the department that you're interested in. And of course, then you have to be the top student, international student in your department that year to get it. So, but if you're interested in the university recommended mixed scholarship, please contact the graduate school that you're applying in. So I will give you some information about the like contact information in just a moment. So this is handled by the graduate schools by themselves. Yes. Then I wanted to mention that Nagoya University has a doctoral educational consortium. So there's actually quite a lot of funding to support doctoral students at Nagoya University. The Japanese government really wants to increase the number of doctoral students, international doctoral students. So if you go to this website, then they have a really like comprehensive list of ways that you can support your studies at Nagoya University, different scholarships and things like that. We also offer like TA programs, so teaching assistant programs, as well as research assistant programs. So you can already start working while you are at Nagoya University, and that is also what I did when I was a doctoral student. I worked as a teaching assistant that whole time. I will not go into the details of all of these points, but I will give you again a link to more information. But for doctoral students especially, I recommend you to check out this website. Another program that we have is for both master's and doctoral students. It's called the WISE program, and this program has 4 different kind of specific like key research fields that the university really wants to support. So again, I will go through this a little bit quickly, but you can check out their website later. But the main point is that there are like 4 different key research areas. And if your research has something to do with these, one of these 4 kind of key research fields, then you might be eligible to apply for these scholarships. So these scholarships are not limited by graduate school or by your major. So, but they are limited by the research topic. So if you're interested in this scholarship, I recommend you look at the website and try to think how you could engineer your research topic to fit one of these key research fields, and that will give you a better chance of getting the scholarship. I will briefly give you some information about like what kind of support they would be able to give. So, so this first program, for example, it can support master students with about 100,000 yen per month. That's quite generous, I think. And it goes up to 200,000 yen per month for doctoral students. So, and this second program, they have like a research assistant program. So you kind of work for your research group and get some salary for that. So, so each program is a little bit different, and their research focus is also a little bit different. But do take a look at the details here later on. Finally, I wanted to quickly mention the JSPS research fellowships for young scientists. So JSPS is again a Japanese government body that offers research funding, mainly on the postdoc level, so postdoctoral level, or like professors or assistant professors, and also apply for JSPS funding. But they do have some programs also for doctoral students. These programs are very, very generous, so even better than the MEX scholarship. They offer like financial support for your living expenses, but they also offer research grants, which can be also quite generous. And these programs are basically available for any kind of subject. So humanities, social sciences, natural sciences, anybody can apply. Also, Japanese researchers can apply. So these are not specific necessarily to international students, which means that these are very competitive. But if you think you have like what it takes to apply for one of these programs, and you already have quite a bit of maybe research experience, then I recommend you to check this out. So I think you can just Google JSPS research fellowships for young scientists, and you will get a whole list of like funding opportunities that they offer. Now, actually, there's a lot more information I could give you about financial support. So things like tuition exemption and private scholarships. Today, I don't have time to focus on that because I want to focus on the application process. But I wanted to let you know that on our YouTube channel, Nagoya G30, there is a great scholarships and financing university studies, this kind of webinar there, where it's 1.5 hours long. I go over undergraduate scholarship, graduate scholarship, private scholarships, all sorts of stuff. I will hold another one of these this year. So if you're kind of interested to maybe join one of our webinars some other time, then please follow us on our social media. So Nagoya Uni _ G30 is our Instagram account, for example. So when I will hold the scholarship seminar, you will get the information and the invitation to that one too. So really highly recommend this one if you are like worried about how to finance your studies in Japan. Now let's move on to the really main topic for today, which is talking about the application process. So here you can see kind of the admissions flow. So the rolling application round will start on May 7th. And I mean, the application round will start on May 7th, and you will have a few weeks to submit all of the documents required for your application. And the application period closes on May 21st. So I'm really glad that you guys are here because it takes some time to prepare your application. So just be mindful of the deadline. There will be a primary screening during which the departments and the professors will read your application. And if they like your application, you might be invited to the secondary part, the secondary stage of the application process, which is the interview. The results will be announced sometime after June 3rd. So, and then the interview stage, there will be an online interview sometime between June 4th and June 19th. So this is something you can mark in your calendar already that you might be invited to an interview during this period. I got a few questions about the interview, so what the interview will be like. Our office does not manage that, so I don't know the details of those interviews. But I think the interview is mainly about 30 minutes, and mainly you should, the professors will ask questions about your research plan. So you should be kind of ready to defend your research plan and show the professors that you already know the topic and have read the previous research and can kind of defend your ideas and show them kind of a clear path of this is what I would like to do in the next 2 years or in the next 3 years. Then if your interviews go well, then the admissions offers will be announced on June 26th for the Japan in Asia Culture Studies program. And for the other programs, the admissions offers will be announced on July 3rd. So you have to wait a little bit longer. But for this round of applications, your classes will start in October, and you need to arrive to Japan sometime in late September when you will have about 1 week of orientation. So between July and September, there will be a busy period when you will have to apply for a visa. The university will help you to do that and do all of your moving arrangements and things like that. So the schedule is a little bit tight, but most of the time, all of the students can manage that without any problems. So that's the basic timeline for the admissions process. Now let's talk about the application requirements. So this is something a little bit tricky because actually the admissions requirements for each program are slightly different. So I will show you the main admissions page in just a few minutes. But I really encourage you to be careful about reading your intended graduate programs requirements really carefully, so not to miss any important documents that you might need to submit. So as I mentioned, for example, the civil and environmental engineering course is available at 2 departments. So those departments' requirements might be slightly different. And also the requirements are different, of course, for master's and doctoral programs. Now, but to quickly go over the basic application documents that you need to submit. Number 1 is proof of graduation. So this means either your graduation diploma or your prospective graduation diploma. So even if you haven't finished your master's yet or your bachelor's degree yet, you can still apply to our graduate programs. But your university should be able to give you issue a prospective graduation diploma before your actual graduation. Then we ask you to submit academic transcripts from the last 2 years. Again, this is something that, of course, your university can issue you. These 2 documents, you need to submit a PDF copy to our online admissions system, but you also need to send us a official copy, so a hard copy of these 2 documents. So most of the time, this means sending a officially recognized, stamped and signed copy by post to our office. So it might take a little bit of time for the post to reach us. So for these 2 documents, especially, I would like to encourage you to try to get them as early as possible so that you don't miss the deadline for submitting these documents. And the official copy means not just a printed out PDF of the document that you submitted online. This means it needs to be stamped and signed. It needs to be like an official version that your school issues to you. However, don't send us your like actual real graduation diploma, which is only issued once. So sometimes people send us like really fancy folders of their one and only graduation diploma. We don't return any documents which arrive by post. So just be careful of that point. Then proof of English proficiency is the next document. This is, of course, because our programs are taught in English. We have to be sure that you can also communicate in English. We accept several different kind of English proficiency test scores, TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, and those are documents that you also need to make us available in the kind of online portal of each of these kind of test provider. So we need to be able to verify your scores. If your education was already done in English completely in your graduate school or in your undergraduate degree, then you can also submit a document which shows that your undergraduate degree or your master's degree was conducted in English. So in that case, you would be exempt from submitting this English proficiency proof. And also, like even countries like United States or Canada, we do ask you to submit some kind of proof that your education was done in English. So please be careful at that point. In Canada, some people might study in French and things like that. So we need to be sure that you have the necessarily English ability to enter our program. Then, of course, you need to submit a research proposal. As I mentioned, our program is very research focused. I will talk a little bit in the next slide about how you should write your research proposal, but this is really one of your kind of key documents for your application. So please take a lot of time to prepare that. Two letters of reference, which you can submit online through our online application system. Or if there's a problem, you can also send them to us by email. Somebody asked, they had been reading our application guidelines, which is great. And they asked, like, what if my school doesn't have an official email address? How do I submit my reference letter? So the reference letter, if there's no official email address that your professor can use, then they should also sign and stamp the document, and the document should be written on the official letterhead of your university. So for each of these documents, it's really important that we are able to verify them. Then summary of undergraduate research if you are applying for the master's program, and a summary of your master's research if you're applying for the graduate program. Then there are a few other points, documents showing other strengths. So if there's something else that kind of shows your research ability, maybe you participated in some conference or you have participated in some program related competitions, then you can submit documents like giving proof of those experiences. Your documents validating your nationality. This basically means a picture of your passport. GRE results if available. So GRE is a standardized test similar to SAT, but at university level. And like each different majors have these different GRE tests. So if you have taken one of these tests, you may submit your score and it will be a plus. It will make your application stronger, but you don't have to go out of your way to take this examination, because we know that this examination is not available in all countries. So don't be too stressed out if you cannot submit this one. Then finally, major publications if available. So if you have already published some research, that is great. That is almost the biggest plus you can have for your application if you can already show your research ability. If you have any publications, then you can attach them to your application as well. Now, let me show you our application website. So, yeah. I hope you are able to see this. I think you should be able. Sato-san, let me know if you cannot see the graduate program page. But here is our the admissions page for the graduate program. So this is where you need to go when you submit your application. So here is the link to the online application portal. So you need to click here and make a profile for yourself and start uploading your application documents. Then here again, you can see the programs which we have available in the rolling admissions. If you somehow missed the previous slide, some explanation about the admissions flow. Again, another detailed explanation about how to send your hard copies or your certificate documents by post. Then detailed instructions for each application documents, what the documents should contain, how to make like your English proficiency test scores available for us to check, and things like that. Yeah. So if you scroll down in the very end of this page, you can see the application guidelines for each of our programs. So these are the guidelines I want you to read very carefully to make sure that you don't miss submitting any important documents. And be careful, there is a master's program admissions requirements and doctoral program admissions requirements, which are different. And here you can also see, find the contact information of each graduate school. So our office manages the basic admission process, accepting the application and doing the paperwork related to that. But if you have any kind of detailed questions about the program itself, what kind of research you can do, like any such kinds of details about the interview, for example, then you should directly contact the research school and they will help you with your questions. There. Good. So another thing I wanted to mention, which maybe I just show you here, is that before you apply to any of our graduate programs, you should generally make a pre-application inquiry. So you should contact the professor, and first of all, you should go to this page here on our website, where you can see the faculties and research groups that are available for the G30 programs. And here you can see a list of all the different graduate schools and the programs they have available. You can click here, you can see a summary of type of research that they do. And then here you can find a list of professors you can work with. So take a look of the keywords of the research interests and decide which professor's research group you would like to enter. That will be kind of your home at Nagoya University while you are doing your master's or your PhD. And so you should contact the professor before you apply, introduce yourself, and say that you want to apply to their group, give a brief explanation of the type of research you would like to do, and then ask the professor, is there room in your research group? Can I apply? And the professor, depending on the research group situation, will either tell you, yes, you can apply, or no, unfortunately, like the research group is already full. So not to waste your time applying to a research group where you cannot enter, then it's better to make this kind of pre-application inquiry. This is kind of mandatory for most programs. A few of the programs don't let you do this. So for example, the Graduate School of Economics Master's Program, it will give you a list of the professors you could work with, but they don't want you to contact the professor directly, perhaps because the professor would get too many emails from interested graduate students. So please check your own programs like application guidelines to see if you have to make this pre-application inquiry or not. All right. So this is what I was just explaining to you. So contacting potential research supervisors is usually the first step to applying to the G30 program. Sometimes people ask me tips for writing a research proposal, what should be included, what kind of length is suitable. So let me just give you a few things which I think are important for the graduate school research proposal. So obviously your research proposal should contain specific research goals and a clear outline of how you're planning to reach these goals. So kind of have a step-by-step explanation of the background of the research, your goals, what kind of research method you want to use, things like that will help to convince the professors that you know what you're doing and that you can actually execute your research the way you plan to. When I applied for graduate school, I included this kind of Gantt chart where it kind of divides your time at the graduate schools into kind of a timeline where you have some part where you are doing planning or research. Then there might be some time when you do field work. Then some time where you are planning to write the paper and publish a paper. You can include also if you're interested in participated in certain kind of conferences, things like that. So including this kind of visual aid might also help to explain your plan more clearly to the professors. A good length for the research proposal is about 2 pages, 2 A4 pages. Sorry for the large amount of text. Obviously, you should try to match your research interests with the research interests of your prospective supervisor. So that is the best way to try to convince them to accept you in their research group. So you should probably read some of the papers that the professors has written and try to match your kind of methodology and research topic to that. Also, adding citations and a reference list is a really key research skill, and you should add that also in your research plan. So to show them that you know the research in this field already quite well. Also, I want to warn you that our university uses a plagiarism and AI detecting software. So please be careful of the kind of tools that you use when you're writing a research proposal, especially if you first write your research proposal in your own native language and then use an AI translator. It might cause your research proposal to be detected as 100% written by AI. So I would recommend you to at least modify the text so that it reflects like your own thinking and not some thinking of an AI engine. So just be careful of this point. We do check your essays. Now, that's basically all I had to say about the application process. Most of your answers you can find here in the future. So all of the tabs I showed you, do check them out. Before I move into the main Q&A session, I wanted to answer a few questions from the registration form. So let me just go through this very quickly, and then I will be happy to answer any questions that you who are here live might have. So the first question was, can I postpone my enrollment? The answer is no. So if you get accepted, you have to enter that year. Then is the program fully research related, or are there going to be other courses? So PhD is mainly just research related, almost no coursework. Master's programs are also very research, like emphasize research a lot, but there are also some additional courses that you can take, maybe like methodological courses, mainly scientific writing, or things like advanced mathematics, or some engineering courses that might help you with your lab work, things like that. So about mixed scholarship, I just explained before. Again, there's more information on our website, and I will be giving a scholarship seminar later on during the year, so follow our social media for that. When the admission for economics programs opens, all programs open on May 7th. Yes.
Sakaguchi-san, no,
Yes.
actually.
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. Is
Yes,
there another starting time?
I mean, for the economics program, they don't open for the rolling run, only for first
Yes.
run.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you, Sato-san. Thank you, Sato-san. I somehow neglected to remember that. That was very helpful. So yes, in the beginning, I showed you there's like a list of graduate programs that are available in the second round. So not all of the programs are available. So economics program, unfortunately, not available in May. So next time you could apply to this program would be in 2026 January, and the start for that program will be also 2026 October. Very good point. Thank you, Sato-san. Good. Yes. When the admissions open, will the requirements be the same for all programs? I think this person is trying to ask. Mostly they will be the same, but there are slight differences. So again, check your applications guidelines carefully. This one was for the undergraduate program, but I think what they wanted to ask, can I apply if I haven't graduated yet? The answer is yes. If you're in your final year in bachelor's degree or master's degree, then you can already apply. Just send us your prospective graduation diploma. What should I write to potential supervisors in the pre-application inquiries? So this is what I explained to you just now. Like introduce yourself, give them a kind of brief basic research plan, and ask if they might accept you in their research group. And I want to say to you that even if they say yes, then this doesn't mean that you are accepted. This just means that they are open to having new graduate students, but they still need to read your detailed application before they decide if they want to accept you in their group. So be careful of that point. somebody asks the differences between the different programs in the different departments. So this is what I explained to you before. The main difference between the programs are the kinds of research groups that you can join. So check the faculty information I just showed you on our website. About English test score, you can send it to us by post through the test, like testing institution, or you can make it available by online. I think it's available to make it available through the testing center online is the best choice. But there is also an option to ask them to send it to us. We don't accept any of English proficiency test scores that are sent to us directly by the students themselves. That's something we cannot verify. So again, be a bit careful with that point. How to contact professor. This is also what I explained to you before. So let's just skip that. This is also I explained about this. This one I answered already. This one I also answered. So if you haven't graduated yet, don't worry too much. Just submit us your prospective graduation diploma. And that needs to be in official hard copy, which is signed and stamped by your university staff. Approximate dates for oral examination and what it contains. This one I also mentioned to you, but I can say to you again. So the interviews will take place on between June 4th and June 19th, I believe. So make sure that you are available during that time. So those were all the questions in the forms. If you have more questions, then I will take them right now. You can also email us. Of course, check first the website, follow us on the social media. There's a lot of good information that we have already uploaded on YouTube and Instagram. And I will be doing more of these webinars, specifically a scholarship webinar. So if you are interested in that, then do follow us on Instagram. But now I always talk for a really long time. Thank you for sticking with me. Do you guys have any questions, like the students who are currently in the Zoom? You can just say hello or raise your hand or anything. I'm happy to reply. Any questions?
So if nobody has any question, can I add one thing for the reference letters?
Yes, please do. Yeah.
Yeah, so if the referee doesn't have the official email address, they need to send the letter by post by the application deadline.
I see. So it's
Yeah.
not enough that it's signed and on
Sign the
official letterhead.
stamp and then, yeah, sign the stamp on the official letterhead, and then they need to send by post by the application deadline.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
and please, yes, and please note that there's two deadlines for the graduate admissions. So not for the submission deadline for official hard copies, the deadline for application, right? So those letters should be sent by application deadline.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you, Sato-san. That was a really important reminder. So again, check the detailed schedule in the application guidelines. Some of the dates might be a little bit different for each program, but some programs will allow you to, they will accept some official documents after the official application period has ended. So yeah, do check your application guidelines really carefully to see when the deadline is. And I can show you that so let's see, there we go. No. So this is what the application guidelines look like. So the document is a little bit long, but here you can see there's information about the application completion deadline, as well as deadline to submit hard copies. And then there's a list of necessary documents by each program that you need to submit. And you can see there's also instructions, what kind of format it should be and how you should submit it. So sorry if the explanation I gave was a little bit confusing. I think if you take a look at this list, it will be clear exactly what you should submit and how you should submit it. So yes, great. No questions at all? Anybody? Good. Okay, so I mean, if there are no questions, then I think I would like to wrap up today's presentation and say thank you to everybody who joined. And I will send you a recording of this presentation later on, so you can check some of the details. Maybe I went through some things a little bit quickly. So yeah, thank you to my colleagues, and we look forward to, oh, I'm sorry, Olu Watoni Akindemo wo. Please ask your question. I was almost finishing. Do you have a question? I saw somebody raise their hand. Olu Watoni?
Oh, he said he already asked in the chat.
Okay, I see. Okay. Then in that case, I think let's wrap it up. Thank you for joining. We look forward to receiving your applications. So you may now log out of this Zoom. Thank you, everybody.